Hello, good day everyone. Basically this is my Venn diagram that I've designed already, and below here is the one I found on the internet. So I'll be explaining how the Venn diagram help us understand SQL sets, operations, and join logics. Right, I'll be going back and front with my design and that of the one I saw online. As you can see, my diagram has four circles. The Venn diagram has four circles. The that of the students who worked, students who watch online tutorial, students who use Excel, students who use SQL, and Alex here. These are the names of the students. We have Sarah, Linda, Alex, Marianne, John, and Kelvin. And Alex is at the center of all the circles, which is also said to be the inner joint, which also means Alex exists in all four data sets, being that of the tutorial, the work, SQL, and the Excel, which is the same thing over here. We have results. Results. This is basically a good example of what I've done. Let me move back to what I've done. Next thing I want to talk about is the overlap of two or three circles. And a good example is Maria and John. You notice that this can also be said to be the dataset. Now in XKL, what this means is that it represents records that are common between specific datasets. So let's look at that of the one I found online. Over here on the diagram I found on net, you can see that a good example here is the heap sum. Over here, the heap sum, it contains multiple multiple circles, but not the entire four. You can notice on the both. So to this other one here. So now let's look at inside only one circle. A good example is Sarah, another one is Kelvin. So but I will stick with Kelvin, which also means the except. Now Kelvin appears in only one data set and not in the other ones. What it means in the SQL is that Kevin is what remain when we take only data set and exclude others. So let's look at the one I found online. It's a good example is the ism also, but it seems like we don't really have a good example of that here because I believe the ism, the lorem and other are the placeholders for this Venn diagram. So we don't really have a good example of that. So but let's continue from where we start. Now aside the placeholders for each of these Venn diagram. Now we look at all the names, the Sarah, Linda, Kevin, Maria, Alex, John. All this can be said to be the union because it involves all the names together. Let's look at the left joint. For example, Linda, Maria, and Alex. All the names from the left circle are included plus the match from others. What that means in the SQL is that even if a person does not appear in other circle, they are still returned. Next thing I want to explain is the right circle including overlaps. Now let's look at the example Sarah, Alex, John. Now from the Venn diagram perspective, Sarah study she she's a student that does only the work. Then Alex did both work. Alex did SQL. Alex did Excel. Alex also attend the online classes. Why John, in the other hand, did SQL and Excel only. So now let's look at it from the angle of the SQL. This means right join. It includes everyone in the right dataset plus the matching record from the left. Let's look at the example I found online. I would rather use this other one. I have two of it. So let's look at this. This is a good example. We have the Queen and we have Bat Simpson and Pink Pattern. It's a good example of what I just explained earlier. Let's talk about the full joins. In the SQL, the full joins combines records from both tables, matching rows where possible, filling in none where there is no matching. Just think of it as showing everything. So basically, what that means is that in the students who work to show everything that is in the database, the students who watch online tutorial to show everything that is in the database, the students who study SQL to show everything that is in the database, while the students who use Excel to show everything in that database, like the full joint brings out every data that is in it and does not leave anyone in it. So that's basically everything for the video. Thank you very much.